clothes.
Just the way they were talking. I was like, this is going to be a draw. So after that, when I heard people saying on the second fight, that Triple G won, or that it was, that they're okay with the draw, the second fight, Canelo, to me, clearly won the fight. Because
I agree.
If you grab all those people that are saying that the first fight was a draw, Canelo came forward the whole second fight and put a beating on him. You see his face. He tore him up.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, he won the second fight. The first one, I'll take a draw. But that Triple G won the first fight, no.
It's funny that you say that.
I don't think he won the first one.
It was funny that you say that because they made a whole campaign with Jordan saying no draw after the first fight. But then Triple G fans are complaining that the second was a draw. So
Triple G fans always complain, though.
Everybody has their own get out.
Hey, it's usually the one that can't spell Triple G. It's just Triple G. You know, it's like. And that's the other thing that I didn't like was the fact that there's, they call it Mexican style. He barely speaks English, let alone Spanish.
First of all, Triple G can actually speak English more than Canelo. So,
but they're talking about Spanish.
But we're talking about Mexican,
okay.
The Mexican style.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was more.
Telling got Triple G fanboys here.
It was
be careful.
And you're the Canelo fanboy.
No, and don't get me wrong, dude. I love boxing just in general.
Yeah.
But
most people can't put that aside though. They're
right.
personal.
Like Triple G, who was really Triple G before he fought Jacobs? Nobody really knew him. So how come they don't give him as much shit as they give Canelo?
And that's how you
That's what I tried to tell you last week. Remember?
And that's how you that's how you distinguish casual fans right there.
Yeah.
What? What you said right now. Who was Triple G before Jacobs?
He fought some.
I mean,
I always used to give HBO
that.
shit for that because they try to sell him as like the top pound for pound.
Right.
Well, they try to sell him as the white hope.
Yeah, and not only that, but if you want better proof, look at the stuff when he fought Vanes. Who showed up? Nobody.
Yeah.
Canelo fought.
Were you there?
We were there.
These guys showed.
No, I wasn't there.
They moved up our seats to the.
Yeah, I do. It's funny. I see that. They're like, all right, everybody can move down now.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Come on, free hot dogs.
But you know what I mean? You get Canelo versus what was his name? Cook? No, not Cook.
Liam Smith
versus me.
Canelo versus the guy.
Khan?
No, the one right before Jacobs.
Fielding,
yeah.
Oh man, that one.
I just named a bunch of mandatories right now.
How much money didn't they make off that versus Vanes versus Triple G?
Oh yeah,
nobody showed up.
It's because he has a whole country.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Though?
It's
he's
like
Mexican, dude. Come on.
That's the excuse there.
You're not Mexican?
Oh my god.
Just kidding.
That's I think the funniest excuse because like what other Mexican fighters really like selling pay-per-views or making that much money, right? That's the excuse they want to say. Oh, he's Mexican, but who else is like creating that much buzz?
Yeah,
not even guys like Leo Santa Cruz like can fill out these big arenas or.
But if you look at history, the Puerto Ricans and Mexicans have always been the ones paying pay-per-view and selling pay-per-view.
Well, they're not doing it now, so
well, that's because you said pay-per-view is dead already, so it's a different landscape.
Yeah,
but they will still pay for Canelo.
And people will pay to watch Mikey Garcia too. We're gonna find out soon.
Yeah. So you're saying the deal that you didn't like that they were marketing Triple G as Mexican style when he had nothing.
Yeah, because I think that had more to do with his trainer, Abel. I mean, because
I think it was Abel marketing.
It was just it was a way to sell him, bro.
He doesn't even fight Mexican style, does he? He threw 5 body shots in the first fight.
Yeah, if you want to, get like technical like that, Chavez is Mexican style. That's body shot. He chopped the tree down from the bottom, like you know what I mean. That.
I guess you could say he didn't fight that old school Mexican style that first fight, but I guess they want to connect Mexican style to aggressive, like seek and destroy type.
Right.
Regardless what happened, he did have Mexican fans in the end.
Of course.
You know what I mean? I think that was probably the end game.
But so does Deontay Wilder. So does all these other fighters. I mean, that just the demographic doesn't matter, or the ethnicity or whatever. That doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody has look at the UK fighters.
I gave him a pass because he had a Mexican trainer, so I was like, okay. You get a pass.
I didn't. But
even Abel, he speaks more English than Spanish.
Right. He was. That's why for me, I was just kind of like, what? Like it's more for me. It was just more of a selling point.
Yeah.
And I don't like that. Like you know what I mean. For me, anyway. I mean, if
I think Canelo 100%. No, I think Canelo's already divisive enough for whatever reason. I think they lashed on to that Mexican style to, connect with the fans that already don't like him. So.
Yeah, like Canelo, no matter how you do it, if he fights in Cinco de Mayo, people are gonna be. They're gonna show up. That don't matter who. Because Because you got all these, just like Ryan Garcia has all his fans, like little the
fanboys,
18s, 20s, you know,
the Instagram fans.
Yeah, all the Instagram people.
The Hollisters.
Same thing with Canelo, man. You create a fight with the guy down the street. I mean, they're gonna show up.
That's true. That's who he fights.
They're gonna show up. Well, it's not who he fights, but
I'm just saying, if you look at the records, he's fighting guys like below his weight class. It's like 2 times.
Well, I mean, but I mean, from if you look at it, I mean, because I know where he's going with it.
Yeah, he fights a good guy, then he fights a bad one. I think
I know where you're going because I feel he has a bias. I know you.
No,
I'm dumb. No, it seems like it because it seems like you're
because watch our very first show.
But check it out. But check this out. I completely understand it. Why? Because a lot of these fighters, like I've always said, like if you're a 160-pound fighter, why are you dropping all the way down to 130 or 140? Like why? Like you're getting away from something. Yep. Fight at your weight. I've always said
that's why I never gave Jacobs credit.
Well, not only
he's especially a cruiserweight fighting at middleweight.
Yeah,
hold up. People actually say he was weighing 204 pounds against the Canelo fight. Just to let you know.
I was hearing 180 something.
I heard 204.
And supposedly said 186.
Yeah,
but I heard how official his numbers are.
I heard 204.
Yeah, and that pissed me off too because you know you're not gonna come in at the 160 mark. Your own manager says we're gonna pay it.
Did you saw the weigh-in, Jacobs? You're like like celebrating.
Dude, I was like, damn, dude, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, like, it's just dumb. Like, and like, trust me, like, I know what you mean by like, you know, he's fighting people at different, but everybody does it, bro. Like, just like steroids, everybody does it. I can almost guarantee that everybody does it, bro. They just know how to get away with it.
You could use the same argument for every single fighter out there,
right?
But people pick and choose.
Yeah, because even the fighters that say that they're not juicing or nothing, they're still finding the way to cheat somehow. Whether it's below the threshold, or whether it's let me take these extra supplements.
Yeah,
no matter, they're doing something because they're just imagine you know me and you fighting, bro. Like if I'm fucking juicing, I'm to my tempo. I'm fucking. You're gonna do something to try to balance that out. You know what I'm saying? You're going up against elite fighters that have the money for science, that have the money to have these guys to really, really change the molecular structure or whatever it is that they're taking to help them out because they have the money. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna do that because you're gonna go in the ring and say I'm a sober athlete because I just believe in being sober. Right. And you go in there and you get your head caved in. Like it makes no sense, bro.
But it's nothing regarding bias. What I'm talking about is just when you look at other athletes in that same weight class, they're fighting fighters in that same weight, right? Where they're not picking and choosing somebody outside where there's 2 divisions low before there. Everybody fights at a certain weight, but like when you look at Teofimo, Devahini, interesting that they're fighting it, or Shakur Stevenson, they're fighting fighters.
But when you got the other guy taking the fight, to me that just.
What do you mean by that?
Well, yeah, like if you're coming to me and telling me
you're not obligated
to fight. If you're coming to me and say you want to fight at my way, hey, by all means, if I'm gonna make money, why not?
Mikey Garcia.
And you know what I'm saying? If I offer you a fight and you take it.
But that's what I'm saying. People give a lot of credit because of that perspective, but not from that type of angle as far as who they're fighting at, what a specific weight class during that time. That's where I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it from the bias. Everybody fights a different, like Jacobs, right? He's supposed to be fighting at 175 or 168. Yeah. But when you look at that from a young, like right now, compared to the other boxers like Teofimo and Devin, they're not doing that right now. They're at least staying that.
But you know why I think? I just think because physically, I don't think they can do that much as a bigger fighter like that, like Jaime Munguia. He's a six foot 6'3".
He's killing his body,
and he's coming down to
154.
Yeah, 154.
What do you think about his past performance?
Well, for the record, his past 2 performances that he didn't look as spectacular or as good as he should or whatever, he wasn't in camp with us.